Oh, Nitpick. There's two varieties of games created by Nintendo. Those that try something new or expand on previously established ideas, then those that are created simply to whore brand recognition or pander to nostalgia. Where does Star Fox Zero fit in? Probably somewhere in the middle. Oh yeah, that was a good one. I'm gonna take a bite out of that. Star Fox Zero was revealed very weirdly back in E3 of 2014. What you doing there, Miyamoto? There's something so crappy on the TV that you can't show us? The news of a modern Star Fox got even crazier when it was revealed that Platinum, creators of Bayonetta, would be jumping on board to streamline development. Originally slated for release in November 2015, it was delayed for polishing reasons. Yeah, I think I know why. Star Fox Zero sticks to the established standard of being a glorified on-rails game, giving players an allotted area to move around and shoot in, while occasionally switching to all-range mode, allowing full three-dimensional control in a confined space. Remember back when Smash 4 came out and Nintendo slapped everyone in the mouth that was preparing to complain about not being able to use a GameCube controller to play? Well, Nintendo doesn't need to cater to you anymore. Miyamoto's here with some more tacked-on gimmick controls! The gamepad's built-in gyroscope is in full force to control the aiming reticle as we fly through stages, blasting away at bosses, baddies, and Slippy.
Ah, I'm hit!
You know those friends and old people that always steer with their hands when playing Mario Kart? Well, that's you, buddy. This is your life now. The motion of the ocean usually isn't much to complain about, since Nintendo's pretty tactful with its implementation on bigger titles. Well, sorry. There's literally no other option than to use the gamepad and its gyroscope. That's right, no pro, no slow, and no... Wait, wouldn't that have been a better way to play? I'm a firm believer of controls becoming an invisible part of our gaming experience. But with Zero, it takes centuries to get used to the relationship between the gamepad and TV screen, which has triggered some stirrings from critics as well as fans.
This. I'm not going to continue playing this game. I'm still really struggling with these controls.
The camera's usually centered in third person behind the R-Wing, while players get a cockpit view of the action on the gamepad, which they maneuver to aim shots more precisely while also steering the ship and doing barrel rolls, flips, and somersaults with the dual joysticks. Yeah, there's a lot to take in. And that's just steering and aiming. This is one of the few Nintendo games that has a very complicated control scheme and isn't easy to pick up and play right out of the box. For a majority of the time, this setup isn't too taxing until the camera decides to randomly move and focus on a specific part of the action without the player's consent. This forces an immediate, "where the hell am I?" situation, giving enemies the upper hand or causing R-Wing crashes. To speak for myself, personally, it took about 3 to 4 hours to finally feel comfortable. And although I was eventually able to enjoy it, I can't say the same for everyone else.
We've rebuilt the game using ideas from the past, but it's not a Part 4 or Part 5. It's not a remake either, so we named it Star Fox Zero this time.
Star Fox Zero is a reboot for a series that didn't have an established enough universe to merit it. Our 4 heroes, Fox, Falco, Slippy, and Peppy, are members of Star Fox, an elite pilot squad established by Fox McCloud's father, James. Thanks to a betrayal by Pigma, James sacrificed himself on planet Venom so Peppy Hare could escape and tell everyone that Andross had been amassing a giant army to take over the Lylat system. Now, several years into the Lylat War, Fox and the gang set out to tie up loose ends, hopping from one location to the next, purging the galaxy of evil. Of course, this will all sound familiar if you've played Star Fox 64, which had the exact same plot. It's so odd that of all the Star Fox games Nintendo chose to reboot, it was Star Fox 64. It's almost like it's sold better than all the others. Nah, that can't be it. It can't be about the money. Zero has the exact same characters, plot, similar stages, and overall gameplay that 64 had. To make things worse, even a large chunk of the dialogue is the same.
Don't go dying on me. Do a barrel roll. I could use some help here, Fox. Too bad Dad's not here to see you fail.
Fox, Get this guy off me!
I'm glad we're on the same team, Fox.
Are you gonna hug all the fun?
You can't beat me. I've got a better ship.
You owe me one. You're becoming more like your father.
It is so nostalgic.
Kill me, please.
In multiple interviews about creating new entries for key franchises, Miyamoto has stated he doesn't like to develop a game unless there's something new he can bring to the table. New ideas. Well, how about some new characters, story, dialogue, online modes, expanded split-screen multiplayer, leaderboards, alternate control scheme? Aside from the introduction of enhanced controls, Zero submits a new vehicle and transformations for the existing R-Wing and Landmaster. Our newest candidate, the Gyro Wing, can carefully and stealthily navigate through areas, lowering a small droid to hack into nearby systems so you can progress through the... Really? Trying to do this, yeah. I gotta be honest, the Gyro Wing sucks. Featured levels take the fast, frenetic gameplay Star Fox is known for and slow it down to a crawl. Yes, I understand what the objective was, to create more gameplay variety for what's usually an on-rails and straightforward series. But the stages aren't designed intricately enough for this to be a fun new addition. It's just boring. The R-Wing can now transform into the Kuko-inspired Walker, which grants the ability to prance on surfaces, go inside ships, and hack consoles?
What?
Isn't that what the Gyro Wing's for? Why does the Walker have this ability? To add further confusion, the Landmaster now transforms into Gravmaster, granting it the ability of flight for short periods of time. Yeah. So yes, folks, we have the R-Wing, which can transform into a Landmaster-inspired chicken at will, while also having a Landmaster that transforms into an R-Wing-inspired tank. Feeling stupid enough yet? These baffling additions to Zero make each vehicle less and less unique as the game progresses, to the point where you'll be asking yourself, why the hell are there even multiple options here? Why not introduce alterations that make each vehicle stand out more, or give stages more complex designs to highlight their differences? Oh, I know why! Because that would make sense. Nintendo's been making this weird decision lately to churn out games that lack important features of their predecessors. Mario Kart 8's shoehorned battle mode, Smash 4's lack of Subspace Emissary, Mario Party 10, just the game in general. And Star Fox Zero happily joins the lineup, presenting a complete lack of split screen or online multiplayer. Instead, we get a co-op feature where one player controls the R-Wing with a... What? What? A Wii Remote or Pro Controller? You're fucking kidding me! And the other uses the gamepad's gyroscope to aim and shoot. It's hard enough to understand the logic behind excluding a Star Fox staple, but the likely excuse is that the gamepad will be taken out of the equation, making players question why it was forced to begin with. But fun, interesting uses of the pad could have been included to create diverse multiplayer modes. What if one player controlled an R-Wing, while the other 4 flew enemy ships attempting to take him out in a variety of battle arenas? Or the same 4 players piloted R-Wings, searching through a cluttered city for the gamepad user? Platinum could have looked no further than Nintendo Land for inspiration on a fun and creative approach to party play. Oh, in 4 vs 4 online dogfights, Team Star Fox versus Star Wolf. Multiple arenas to clash in, from cramped corridors to open battlegrounds. Separate modes where one team attempted to hack into a base while the other defended it. Leveling up to unlock upgrades for your own personalized R-Wings. Nope. None of that. Nothing. Sometimes the hardest choice to make is the right choice. To put this nicely, Star Fox Zero is a disappointment. What could have been a game filled to the brim with potential and possibilities is yet another rushed out sequel to add to a pile of dissatisfaction. While Zero is fun once you finally get used to the controls, many will immediately be turned off by the lack of options provided and just put it down. With no true multiplayer and not many extra modes to speak of, longevity is placed into the hands of getting high scores. Don't buy this. Borrow it from a friend or rent it first, because there's a big chance you might just hate it. Nitpick out. Hello there everyone, and thanks for making it out to another Nitpick review. Be sure to leave your thoughts on Zero in the comments below and check out some of my other videos like Pokemon Snap and the original Legend of Zelda. You can also gander at my secondary channel where I and DJ Slope discussed Star Fox Zero in more detail if you so desire. Well, that's it for me. See you soon.